Week number 8 of the NFL season kicking off in hours through 7 weeks of play so far. Favorites and underdogs are a dead even 50-50 split versus the odds makers here in Vegas. Meanwhile, home teams just one game over 500 so far. And you know the deal, guys. Most of the gambling public infatuated with the favorites, especially the public favorites. And I'm talking about teams like the Packers, the Patriots, the Saints, etc. And they love betting the home teams as well. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't find favorites that are going to win for you. My God, last weekend, the favorites were one game over 500. A couple weeks ago, the same thing. It just means, it's 50-50 through 7 weeks of the season. And of course, if you had that magical crystal ball, which you simply could pick the straight-up winner of every single game, well, guys, straight-up winners, 10-1-2 against the spread last week. They are now 87, looking at my records, 87-18-7 so far this season. But it shouldn't be a surprise because the past 2 years, preseason, regular season, and postseason combined, the straight-up winners have cashed in at an 87% clip. Of course, as I said, if we had that magical crystal ball, they wouldn't call it gambling, right? Picking the straight-up winners. Didn't we think Baltimore was going to be the straight-up winner on Monday night against Jacksonville? We saw how that one turned out. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, and this, of course, is going to be your Sunday video report. I've got free picks coming up in just a moment on a number of games. Going to be taking a look at Carolina, Minnesota, San Francisco, and Cleveland. Giants in Miami, and give you my thoughts on the Patriots and Steelers contest as well, because that's one of the two marquee games today, along with the Dallas-Philadelphia Sunday Nighter. If you haven't checked it out yet, at the site that you're watching this video, you can probably now, for the first time this season, at many of these sites, catch the Countdown to Kickoff pregame NFL show, where Steve Buden and myself break down all your games from a point spread perspective. Also, details coming up in just a moment on how you can take a shot at winning $300 of my money playing fantasy football in conjunction with DraftStreet.com. Plus, for the first time this year, on a Sunday, and the only time this year, I'm going to duplicate the 20% discount savings coupon, give you a new one, like I've been giving you on Saturdays. First time this year, I've got that 20% discount code that'll get you 20% off your total purchase price today. And I'm doing it for a reason, because it dawned on me over the weekend that, there are a number of you, I know it's hard to believe, a number of you that don't play college football, that could care less about it. You come for the pros. So I want to make sure that you get a shot at saving 20% off your total package, because again, if you're into buying a long-term package, this could save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars, taking 20% off your total purchase. More about that in just a moment. Listen, guys, I always tell you the good and the bad. Let's start with the good, then I'll give you the bad. Chris Jordan today, biggest NFL release in over 2 years. Second ever 2,500-star NFL play of his career. His 2011 blowout of the year, part number 2. He says it's a 4-touchdown winner, wire-to-wire route. Part number 1 was Green Bay. Remember laying 14 2 Sundays ago at home against St. Louis, and the Packers cruised, thanks to a second-quarter blowout, to a 24-3 win. Chris is the winningest handicapper at the site going back to 2006. We're talking 5.5 years. A $1 player has won $27,350. Last year alone, making $15,507. Again, his biggest NFL play in 2 years, second ever 2,500-star release of his career in the pros. Normally, a 1,000-star play is his best bet. 2.5 times stronger. 2011 blowout of the year, part number 2, on the heels of the Packers over the Rams 2 Saturdays ago. Also, Craig Davis. Listen, guys, if you don't jump on the Craig Davis 100-dime bandwagon, I don't know what more I can tell you. 100-dime NFL winner number 14 out of 16. His 2011 Road Warrior Game of the Year. And what that means is he likes this road team. He thinks it's a great line, and that's who he's riding today. 13-2 run with NFL 100-dime releases, including, of course, his Dog of the Year Part 2 last Sunday when he told you to buy up the half point on Seattle. Getting 3.5, consequently, losing 6-3 at Cleveland. He gets the cover. 2 Sundays ago, told you to buy up on Buffalo as making the Bills a 3.5-point dog at New York against the Giants. They lose the game by a field goal. He wins again. Of course, this is just as strong as his 3rd straight Super Bowl winner with the Packers on the money line over the Steelers last season. Again, 100-dime NFL winner number 14 out of 16 going today. And then, guys, if you're looking for Dallas-Philadelphia tonight, you may want to check out Shawn Michaels' Sunday night bailout game Game of the Year, part number 2. Yeah, part number 1 was a pretty good play. New Orleans 62-7 over Indianapolis last week. I would say that Sean was kind of on the money with the Saints play in that one. 100-dime winner number 11 out of 16 for Sean in the NFL. It's his 100-dime winner number 6 out of 8. And that's what Shawn Michaels has, your Sunday Night Ballot Game of the Year. A couple guys had big plays on Saturday, and as I said, I point out the good and the bad. Anthony Redd, who has been on just one hell of a roll here over the past week and a half, came out with his 100-dime Pac-12 Game of the Year. Arizona looked good for 3.5 quarters. Problem is they do play 4 quarters, and he did lose that game as Washington came back. Still, he's won 8 of the last 11 days, going 11-4-1 overall in that span with a net profit of 392 dimes. So again, he was playing with your bookmaker's money, certainly in that stretch. Also, Scott Delaney had a 100-dime play yesterday, fell short with that one. But, Jesus Christ, guys, it was 100-dime winner number 16 out of 19. 16 out of 19, going back to January of this year, late January, in fact. Loser, big-time loser with Texas Tech. But again, when you've accumulated the bankroll, you've got to take a shot because that's the way you improve your profits. That's the way you inflate that bankroll as well. So that, and hey, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention me. Listen, guys, I lost a 15-dime play on Clemson yesterday. Am I going to cry about this? Absolutely not, because I am still 19-10 with 15-dime plays in NFL and college ball, dating back to the start of preseason in August. And it's been a hell of a 4-month run as well for me. And I'll tell you what, I'm coming right back with a 15-dime play today. I've won 4 of my last 5, 19-10 overall since August in football overall, and it's on Buffalo, Washington, because I'll tell you what, the one thing that gets me in the crawl is that if I don't play a game the way it's supposed to be played, in terms of the rating, in terms of the amount of money I put down on it, winning a game and not playing it for the right amount, that's the thing that gets me to kick myself in the ass. I don't lament the losses, I don't celebrate the wins, but if I don't play a game accordingly, that pisses me off after the fact. So I'm coming right back, 15-dime play today on Buffalo, Washington. Listen, guys, your money-saving discount coupon code, let me get to that right now, is going to be SCARY20. SCARY20. Yes, we're continuing with this Halloween theme because I've got nothing else to talk about in terms of cute little... Aren't you glad I don't give you passcodes that are like a series of random numbers and letters? Can you imagine me giving that with the way how quickly I speak with you guys going, what the hell did he say? It was TKLF. No, it's going to be SCARY20. SCARY20. SCARY and the number 20. SCARY20, SCARY, and the number 20, no space between them. You enter that when prompted, you get 20% off your total purchase today. And again, let me remind you, especially for those of you that are newcomers to the site or don't usually come here on Sundays or on Saturdays when I normally give out this type of coupon. This is the first time I've done it this year and probably the last time on a Sunday. But again, you have to put everything in your shopping cart at one time. You can't come in and buy Chris Jordan's big 2,500-star blowout of the year, second ever in his career today, early, and then 5 hours later come back and buy Shawn Michaels' Sunday Night Bailout Game of the Year. It doesn't work that way. It's a one-time usage coupon. You put everything in your shopping cart at one time. You can buy a combination of handicappers, their individual plays, or long-term packages. And again, you buy some long-term packages. You buy, 1 month of service of Chris Jordan. My God, you'll save like $70-some. You buy a year's worth of Chris Jordan. You'll save... probably close to $200 in terms of your total savings. You can put insider money moves in there. Whatever combination, whatever you want, you put in the shopping cart, you apply that coupon, SCARY20, and you save 20% off your total purchase price. SCARY20 is the money-saving discount coupon code. Before I talk about fantasy football, let's talk about the first free selection here for you on today's contest. I'm going to take a look at the San Francisco-Cleveland game, guys. The Browns just haven't really given me much reason to like them, and I have become a believer on the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, a tough defense. Harbaugh is managing the offense with Alex Smith doing a good job. Do you know Alex Smith as a starter is 9-3 straight up, 10-1-1 ATS at home. He's completing 63% of his passes, a very efficient 8 touchdowns versus 2 interceptions this year. The defense is giving up just 16 points a game in Harbaugh's first season at the helm. So they're on a 12-5-1 ATS run as a home favorite. So I will back the 49ers here easier today against a Cleveland Browns squad that was lucky to muster 6 points in a 6-3 home win against Seattle last week. They have covered just twice in their last 7 outings as a road dog. They're just 2-7 against the spread their last 9 versus the NFC. And you've got a team that doesn't stop the run very well. Number 19 against the run, which means Frank Gore, who's had 3 big games in a row, averaging 131 yards and over about 8 yards a carry, in fact, in that 3-game stretch. So I'm going to go with them in this one. Colt McCoy, he's thrown for under 215 yards in 5 of the last 6 games. So I'm going to go with San Francisco and lay the big number with the 49ers at home in this one. Quick reminder, guys, you have a shot of winning $300 of my money playing fantasy football this week through DraftStreet.com. And it's not like the old-fashioned fantasy football that you're accustomed to, that you've heard of over the years, probably participated in. You had to get 12 of your friends. You had to play for the whole season long. No, this is a league on the weekend that is determined right after the Monday night game between San Diego and Kansas City. The top 7 finishers finish in the money. $300 of my money at stake in this thing. You go to DraftStreet.com. You enter my last name, DeMarco. You can figure out how to spell it on the site. And that gets you free entry into the contest. If you played previously, play again, guys. Try to win my money. If not, enter. It's free. Top 7 finish in the money. $300 of my money at stake. You get a $100,000 mythical bankroll. You play general manager. You've got to draft a couple of quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, a tight end, etc. You've got till 1 o'clock Eastern time to formalize your team. It'll take you 10 minutes, guys. Each player has a value assigned to them. As I always like to say, Tom Brady and Drew Brees worth a little more than Alex Smith and Tavares Jackson, okay? But you've got the salary cap to manage. It's fun. It's free. DeMarco was the entry code over at DraftStreet.com. By the way, last week, a guy with the username Gary4242 won it. Drew Brees and Tim Tebow as his quarterbacks. But the greatest thing he did, his running back tandem last week, Adrian Peterson, what did he have? 175 yards. DeMarco Murray, what did he have? 252 yards? Yeah, that's why he won the league last week. So congratulations, Gary4242, whoever the hell you are. Okay, we continue. Next free pick. I'm going to go with Carolina. They're laying 3.5 at home against Minnesota. I would obviously buy down the half point in this one. Listen, the Panthers, good game last week. Kind of a deceiving final score against Washington because they were up 31-17 early in that game before coasting to the victory. They've covered 5 of 6, and they showed that they can win outright as a favorite last week. They can't stop the run, I'll give you that much, so they are going to have some problems with Peterson here, and that's one of the reasons I shied away from making Carolina my best bet today. But Christian Ponder, he wasn't that good, other than that first long pass against the Packers last week. Not very efficient, and it's his first road start in the NFL. All more reason that I will go against the Vikings, who are 3-10-1 against the spread in their last 14 games on the road. I'm going to take the Giants coming off the bye, minus the big number against Miami. Brandon Marshall opened his big mouth, and I think he lit a little more of a fire under the Giants, who did not look that impressive prior to the stretch of going into their bye. Remember, they had the rally in the fourth quarter at Arizona. They got upset at home by Seattle, and then they barely hung on for the 3-point victory against the Bills. But this Miami team, I went against them 2 Monday nights ago, backing the Jets as a 15-dime play, my last 15-dime play in the NFL prior to today's on Buffalo and Washington. And I don't care the fact that Miami's been this great play on the road as an underdog against the spread with Tony Sparano going 18-6 coming into this year. Well, they're 0-2, damn it, this year. You saw how they choked last week at home against Denver. So I say go ahead and lay the points with with the Giants. Then your final game, New England-Pittsburgh, one of those marquee games that is so hard to win. In my heart, you know how I love the Steelers, okay? But in my heart, I think the Patriots are the play here because ultimately, they won last year against Pittsburgh. And are they any weaker of a team defensively? No, they couldn't play defense last year. But is Pittsburgh as strong of a defensive team as the unit that it fielded last year against the Patriots when it lost? No, it is not. Injuries and age have taken their toll on the Steelers. And to truth be told, I think offensively, the Patriots are even a better team this year than last year. So Tom Brady, who is 6-1 straight up versus the Steelers, including 4-1 at Pittsburgh during his career. I'm going to go with the Patriots in this one. I would go ahead and lay or buy the half point down, whether you have New England at 3.5, and I think New England wins it. I think the game goes over as well. Probably the weakest of my selections today, but that's my opinion on the game. Guys, remember, Scary20 is the 20% discount money-saving coupon code. Good luck to you all, and I'll catch you again on Monday.